from Breckenridge Brewery today, everybody. We're having their Avalanche Amber. This is like their flagship beer. And I've never checked it in. I didn't realize I've never checked it in, but I've never checked it in. We got a variety pack from Breckenridge a while back, and this one was in there, and I haven't checked it in yet. So I'm not normally the biggest amber fan, but I feel like I'm turning into one. The similarities between an amber and like a red ale, obviously amber and red are pretty close, and like an Irish red, I do really like. So those similarities are kind of the Venn diagram is overlapping quite a bit, and similarly with like Pilsners. I'm starting to really like Pilsners more too. I'm not sure what's getting into me. I had a really good one when we went to Minneapolis last weekend. It might have just been that it was like 100 degrees, that any beer tasted good, but that Pilsner I had at the baseball game was very good. Was very good. So today we are having Avalanche Amber Ale. It is an American amber from Breckenridge Brewery out in Breckenridge, Colorado. Let's get it poured, and we'll read off what they have to say about it. This can is condensating like crazy. I can't even get my fingers under it right now. Well, then you can live vicariously through me, Sevi. Oh, not a lot of fizz there. Yeah, it smells like a beer. Other thing to note is we did make another beer ourselves. We had another home brew. It is an American Pale Ale in APA. It's actually pretty decent. Probably not going to have it on stream because I don't check those in. But it's pretty good. It's kind of sweet. It's got a good amount of hops to it. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that genre either, but I think it was actually pretty decent. I'm making sure I didn't just drip beer on my white shirt. No, I think we're set. Look at that. And amber. The light's a little underpowered recently. Seems like my phone does not care though. It's very exposure's turned up pretty high. There we go. Let's turn this around. Look at the hodag instead. Like oddly out of focus and in focus at the same time. I think it's just the light that makes it look kind of weird. Or it is out of focus. Come on, what are you doing? Focus, come on. Oh, flip the camera around. Boy, for some reason that just really does not look like it's in focus. Whatever. I guess it's good enough. It'll have to do. Here we go, chat. And what does Untappd have to say about this one? Subtlety. That's what makes Avalanche Amber Ale such a treat. We blend pale and caramel malts and just a kiss of bittering hops to create a refreshing but flavorful anytime beer. Aromas of pale grains, a semi-sweet middle, and a clean as Colorado snow finish make this our best-selling beer. You know, I consider myself pretty fortunate that when I was out in Colorado, I didn't eat any snow, which means I didn't wipe out and faceplant into the snow to eat any. So I don't know necessarily what they mean by clean as Colorado snow, because I tried my best to not eat the snow. But now I feel like I should have. But yeah, let's give this a taste. This has a 3.5 rating over 118,000 and a 5% ABV. Cheers, everybody. A kiss of bittering hops. Yeah, I think that might be how I would describe it. It's it's a bitterness that's not hoppy. Maybe it's just the smallest amount where it's like not really hop flavored at all. Um, Definitely a lot of caramel, but almost bitter caramel. Which is very weird. Refreshing but flavorful. It is flavorful. It has what is that? Is that a scratch? Might just be a scratch in the glass. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I gotta take a picture of it. I was just thinking I'm missing something. Really? Really? You're gonna come in here and just spam? How dare you? How dare you say that the best viewers are somewhere else? The best viewers are obviously in this stream right now. Good thing Saribot got his ass. The best viewers is me. Exactly. See, you understand, Sevi. You understand. Um, yeah, it doesn't really have like a hoppy aftertaste, which I guess I wouldn't expect an amber to have, but I think the reason why I'm not a big amber fan is similar to why I'm not a big Pilsner fan, and it's that the it's not a hoppy bitterness. It's almost like a malt bitterness or like a wheat, not malt, like a wheat bitterness or the grain. I don't know what terminology to use. Something about it, like it's smooth, but it has this aftertaste that is fuzzy. It's rough around the edges. It's got points to it that are not offensive. It's not that bad to say it's offensive, but rough, harsh. I don't know. I don't know what term I want to use, but I feel like most ambers have that. Most pilsners have that. Now, pilsners I've been coming around to. I feel like pilsners are a lot more crisp. They're a lot lighter. Ambers, I guess, kind of really dig into like more of the malty, deeper flavors. Um, and maybe that's the piece I don't enjoy. Um, but like this one, it starts out with a really nice, calm flavor, but then it kind of divulges into this just bitter. I don't want to use the term funk because I would use the term funk to like describe something hoppy. But like, I don't know, a bitter roughness to it, let's say. A bitter roughness that I'm not sure if I'm that big of a fan of. You know, it's fine, but the aftertaste is just weird. It leaves a lot to be desired. I guess that sip wasn't as bad. That sip was pretty sweet. That actually reminded me of a brown ale a lot. That last sip did. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's fine. I think is my thoughts on it. It is just fine. Um, it's a little more exciting than just a lager. There's at least more beer flavor to it. Like there's more excitement. Um, but in terms of like overall, I don't. I'm like even trying to come up with a word for it. I feel like there isn't a word for it. It's like the lack of something. It's not bland, but there's just not a lot going on. It's that it starts with this sweet, semi-sweet caramel And that's fine. But then that fades really quick into like a little bit of bitterness. And then that bitterness, instead of going away, that fades off, but it's faint enough that you always know it's there. And that's the aftertaste you're left with, is just this like oddness. Almost like I would say it's like how LaCroix is flavored. Like it's just the flavor's there, but it's across the room and you're squinting at it to try and see what it says. That's what I feel like the flavor is that lingers at the end. I don't think there's a problem with flavors lingering. I think every beer will leave a taste in your mouth. I'm not sure if I like this one. I just had like a really big yawn urge come over me. You know, it's easy to drink. I'll give it that. It's easy to drink, but you don't notice the flavor change until you stop drinking it. Maybe that's just the tip, is that you just have to chug this. I don't know, but you know, it's like I stop drinking it and I go, huh, that's a flavor. That's interesting. Well, and that's why I don't think bitter is the term I really want to use, Waggy. I don't know the term I want to use for it. But it's the same feeling I get with a lot of pilsners. And I was just trying to describe it earlier, and I was saying it's kind of like fuzzy and pointy. It's not sharp and it's not bitter, but it's just something odd. I don't want to use the term funky either, right? It's like there's something else to it that's not bitterness, but just like an odd aftertaste that I don't know what it is, and I feel like it's pretty not symbolic, but pretty well known for ambers that I don't think I'm a fan of. I always got to try. It's always good to revisit styles that you might not like, because I've definitely started to come around to pilsners. But I knew I didn't care for ambers that much, and I think that might still hold true for this one. I'm not entranced by it. I'm not like, you know, incredibly blown away. It tastes like a normal beer. The beginning of it's lovely. The beginning of it's almost like a very light brown ale. It's just what it divulges into. That's the second time I've used that word now. It's like, it's the flavor that it divulges into that it's like, I don't know. Something about it's just, But if you like ambers, I would say this is like a bog standard amber ale. There's not anything crazy going on here. It's a great color. It looks good. It's like very, very average. It drinks easy. It drinks a lot like a brown ale, oddly. It's just that, and even now that sip I didn't get that bad of an aftertaste on. Let me reassess. No, it's just, I think I'm getting a lot more of like the sweet maltiness coming through. Like it's pulling out, you know, it's a red ale still. I'm getting hints of like a dry Irish red coming through, and I'm like, yeah, I could get behind this. In the right situation, I think I could. I feel like my entire mind has changed, and I don't know what's different about it. Am I drinking it different? Am I sipping it different? Why do I feel like I all of a sudden don't mind this as much? I was prepared to give this like a 2. Genuinely, I was going to rate this like a 2. But now those last couple sips were actually pretty good. And I'm not sure if the same comments that I have are holding up. Let me tell you. I think my mind might be shifting as I get closer to the bottom of this glass. It's oddly coming around to me. It's reminding me more and more of an Irish red. And I know that an Irish red and an amber are not that far off, but there's always been something about ambers that I don't like. And now that I'm drinking this one and getting more towards the bottom of it, I feel like I might have been too quick to judge. I actually think I might be flipping my mind. Now, is it the greatest thing I've ever drank? No. No, it's not. But is it over a 2.5? Yeah. How much is it over a 2.5? I don't know. I'm not sure. But let's pull this up on Untappd and write a review. Avalanche. Avalanche. No, Avalanche. All right. What do I want to say about this one? But grown. Oh, I should actually use good grammar here, even though we're trying to use up all our characters. I know it's important. We got to keep the grammar. I still don't know what word to use to describe that flavor that I was tasting. All right. I'm out of characters. I wish I could write more, but I can't. All right. I really don't know what to rate this. I'm pretty torn. But I think I've got it. I don't know. I think I've got it. One more sip. One more sip. It's getting sweeter the more I get to the bottom of the glass. All right. I just changed my rating in the direction I didn't think it was going to change. I don't know. Here's what I have to say, everybody, about the Avalanche Amber Ale from Breckenridge Brewery. I've really flip-flopped on this one. I wasn't impressed at first, but it's grown on me quite a bit. I enjoy the sweet caramel notes in the front, and what started as an odd bitterness has now turned into a pleasant ending, like an Irish red almost. I'm going to say almost like an Irish red. And then I just said odd. I had a couple characters left, so I just said odd. Because it is odd. There's something about this that is just odd that I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure why I had such a change of heart on this beer, but I did. And you know what? I don't mind it. I'm gonna rate this one a 3.5 out of 5. It's so much higher than I originally thought this was gonna go. I thought this was gonna be like a 2. or a 1.75, but this is a 3.5. Those last couple sips were great. That one was pleasant as well. I don't know. Maybe it was too cold. Maybe this beer was just too cold. I don't know. But I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I said it was smooth, smooth, malty, caramel, light-bodied, and sweet as the flavor profile. Let's get it checked in. There we have it. That is beer 601 for me. Beer 601 on Untappd. Pretty sweet, if I do say so myself. And there you have it, everybody. Avalanche Amber Ale. It's all right. A 3.5 ain't too bad. That's like exactly what the ranking is also online, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. On to July. We'll see what kind of beers we get into for July. I still have quite the backlog. So it should be a good time. Maybe I will ask my mom for some recommendations, or I'll take her to the store over the weekend and she can pick one out for me, because next week, Monday, is my mom's birthday. So if you are watching right now in chat, you know mom sometimes stops by during the beer reviews. If you're here next week and she stops in, make sure you wish her a happy birthday. I'll remind you again, don't worry, but make sure you do that. All right, everybody, that's it for me for this beer review. Tune in next week for another one, and we'll see you back here. Cheers, everyone.